Good evening. Isn't it frustrating when there's a barrier that prevents us, or you, or me, from effectively communicating, whether it's our fault or not? I think it is. And I'm going to take this out because I'm not going to listen to myself talk. I want you to hear me. Active listening is a common barrier to effective communication skills. And if we don't listen properly, we can miss out on quite a few things. Part of listening is not just hearing. Now, hearing is the physical process that we take into our ear. You can't really help not hear something as long as you have normal hearing. If you hear something, you're not necessarily listening to it unless it's something that makes you look. If a siren went by, cue the siren. No, that's actually a good thing in my neighborhood. But if there was a siren, we might pay attention to it because that indicates somebody's hurt or there was an accident. But there's certain sounds that just don't reach the level for us to want to pay attention to. But when it comes to active hearing, active listening, again, active hearing, it's passive. We don't have to do anything. Active listening, you have to participate in, you have to give it attention. So tune in, listen up, and check this out. Listening isn't just through our ears, it's through our eyes, giving people eye contact, checking out their facial expressions if they're sad, angry, happy, bland, boring, etc. We look at faces. You can look at body language, and technically you're seeing it, but in a way, it's actively listening to what that person is going through. And that's a really important thing. This is a skill that you can learn. And if you learn it very well and at a high level, it's almost like you can read somebody's mind. That's pretty cool a skill. What I will be dealing with a lot is talking about these barriers to effective communication on this channel. If you hadn't noticed, I've got almost, I think it's over 480 videos now that deal with communication in general, but we're going to start building up our listening videos too, because this is a really important thing. If we're checking our cell phones and I'm looking at my cell phone or I'm checking my smartwatch, which is downstairs, I didn't bring it up, or is it? Nope, it's over there. It's charging. But if I'm checking my cell phone and you're trying to say something, I'm not really paying attention to you. Put your cell phone down. Pay attention to people. Get it out of your hand. All right. Go old school on this. Open hands, open ears, open mind, active brain. All right. Think about this. Now, other things about active listening. You need to respond back to somebody when they're talking to show that you're listening. Nodding your head is a really good indicator. When I teach my face to face students and they just sit there and stare at me, I wonder, do they have their earbuds in? If there's long hair, I can't see it. So I always say, hey, give me some head nods. Give me some acknowledgement. Do you thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever you want. And by the way, if you find some value in what I'm doing, definitely take the time to give me a thumb up. It really lets the YouTube algorithm know that this is worth sharing with other people, just to throw that in there while I'm doing it to make sure you're paying attention and listening. But I always ask my students, show me something. Because if I have 24 students sitting in my classroom and I'm looking around and nobody's moving, or they're staring down at their cell phone, are they actually listening or are they just hearing? Or are they not even doing any of the above? So again, show participation. hmm I'm listening. Yep. Uh-huh. Ask a question. Wait, what do you mean by that? That's a good way to do it too. Ask a question back. It's kind of hard now. If you were to leave a comment, in a way, in the replay, I have to respond back. That means I'm listening through my eyes, obviously, but I'm responding through my fingers by typing a message back. But face to face conversation, we need to do this. It's very, very important on that. The more that you practice your active listening skills, you will find that your schoolwork, your at work, and your relationships will start to be a little more involved. And what I mean by that is they'll be better. Okay. Relationships. If you're in a relationship, you need to respond back to that person. If they say something and you go, what? That kind of means you're not listening, right? We all fall victim to that once in a while. It's maybe because you were, oh, wait a minute, hang on, let me check my messages. Checking your cell phone. Ooh, don't do that. Put the cell phone down. Get it out of your hand. Empty hands, open ears, open mind, active brain. Okay, so start thinking about these things. Again, active listening. It is participation. If you want to smash these common barriers to your overall effectiveness in communication, you have to practice these things. Starting today, starting right now, I want you to stop hearing and start listening. Start responding to people. If you're watching a football game tonight or you're watching, I don't know if the World Series is even going on tonight. My team's not in it, so I don't pay attention. They're already out. But start responding back to people and not through text. Okay. That doesn't count. You can't listen through a text. I'm going to say that one's off the table. You can't do that one. Verbally do it. If you're on the phone and somebody's talking and you nod your head, they can't hear you say, right, I got you. Let them know you're listening. Participate. Okay. Active brain, active listening. Make sure it's there. All right, that's all I want to say about that for now. I'll be doing more of these live videos coming up that obviously you'll see in replay. But until then, make sure you watch that video on your screen because that discusses more specifics about active listening. It will definitely give you the tips and tricks and some hacks on how to improve it. That is specifically on active listening. It's much more hyper-focused. Until I see you again, make sure if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit subscribe and hit that bell because that'll give you the notifications when my next live is or when the next videos are coming out too. And that'll help us stay in touch. And I'll know you're listening also if you leave a comment below. And I always respond to those. Make sure that you have a great night. Until I see you, I'll see you.